Really try and unstick that from the table. Really try and unstick. Really try. Really try. Okay, take hold of your wrist with the other hand. Really try and unstick it. Really try. Hey there, how's it going? This is James Tripp with a video for James Tripp Chaos Wave on YouTube. It is a video on the classic hypnotic handstick, this classic piece of hypnotic phenomena. This video is sponsored by the Hypnosis Deep Dive, a live training in Edinburgh, UK, 24th, 25th of November 2018. If you book this week, you can get 25% off. Classic hypnotic handstick, this classic piece of hypnotic phenomena that if you've been with this channel for a long time, you'll remember back when I started this out 9-10 years ago. I used to do a lot of street hypnosis. This was one of the pieces I would do a lot. I do it out sort of in coffee shops, in bars, this kind of thing, anywhere I could sit quietly at a table with someone. I do this classic kind of hand stick. And back in the day, I really had a recipe for it. And one of the earliest things I put out on the channel was a tutorial series, a 3-part tutorial series, teaching how I did it. Now, back then, I really kind of had a recipe for it. And it's not a recipe that I really use anymore. I'm a lot more free form. I just go with the moment, create with the moment, what's coming up with the client. But I decided it would be interesting to redo this tutorial, partly because I got sent a piece of footage from the HypnoThoughts post-conference workshop that somebody in the room took on their phone of me doing the hand stick. And I thought it would be interesting for people to compare and contrast this to the original piece. But I also wanted to recreate the tutorial in some ways, not necessarily recreate it, but give you a more updated view, an updated version with the kind of nuances, the kind of considerations that I tend to bring into the mix these days. Now, I want to say something about why you might want to watch this video, and why you might want to learn how to do this. Some people are going to want to learn this because they have an irrational passion for hypnosis. They want to be able to evoke this stuff. Some people want to do street hypnosis. Some people are hypnotherapists. They want to work with their clients, and they feel that being able to bring this kind of phenomena work into the mix can be an incredibly powerful thing. And it can. I'm not going to go into why in this video. But I also know there's a whole bunch of people that subscribe to James Tripp Chaos Wave because you're interested in using your mind to shape your life. You're interested in how what you do here and how you engage with the world is going to create the results that you get. Now, as you watch this video, if you're in this latter category, what I'm going to invite you to do is not look at it as a hypnosis piece, but look at it as a communication piece. Look at it as an example of how I'm working with language and communication to work with this person to evoke a certain experience. Okay, this is about command of a moment. It's about the creation of an experience through the seeding of ideas, through language, through communication. It's about applied psychology. So there's a lot to learn from this that you can apply out there in your life. In fact, I'm going to be doing a video series very, very soon called What I Learned from Hypnosis, which is about the stuff I've learned from doing hypnosis that applies out there in the world. And if you're a student of hypnosis and you're directly interested in eliciting hypnotic phenomena, well, obviously it stands to reason as to why this video will be interesting to you. Now, I'm also going to say ahead of time, before we begin this, that there's certain things I'm not going to be teaching here. So I'm not going to be teaching the classic hypnosis without trance hypnotic loop because I've talked about it elsewhere. If you want to find out about the hypnotic loop, go to the Hypnosis Without Trance website, sign up there, get the download report there which talks all about the hypnotic loop and gives the basic fundamental concepts behind hypnosis without trance. I'm not going to be covering that here. I'm not going to be covering the 5-step process that I teach on the Hypnosis Mastery Program. It's going to be a more free-form tutorial where I just break things down and offer insights as we go. Now, there's another thing that is important for me to point out here, especially for those who are new to hypnosis. What is missing from this piece is the framing section up front. When you do hypnosis, whether it be street hypnosis, whether it's when you sit down in a room with someone, a formal session, there's always a framing that really needs to take place up front where you seed the ideas that you want the person to buy into that are going to make sense of everything that you do. If you don't get buy-in for what you're doing, if somebody isn't flowing along with it because they don't have buy-in, anything that you do isn't going to work. Now, you don't see this here because obviously the piece of footage is taken in a hypnosis workshop, so the kind of framing's taken care of as the workshop unfolds. So I want to make that absolutely clear. The framing segment is missing. If anybody wants me to do a video on framing, please do say so in the comments below, and I'll happily put something out there sharing some ideas around that, because there's many ways to frame hypnosis, but be aware that that's missing from this video. So let me say what you are going to see in this video, because before I get into the tutorial elements of really breaking it down, which are going to be in the subsequent videos, we're just going to watch this piece as it is. And what I'm going to invite you to do is look at how I'm using both my language and communication to lead the person I'm working with, to number one, direct attention, number two, lead their cognition, their mind flow, their thought processes, and three, occasionally seed some very crucial ideas in the fertile soil of their mind. Also look at things like timing, tempo. Look at this, see it as a real-time interaction. Listen to the words, how the words are shaping the person I'm working with's experience, but also watch very carefully my non-verbals. Everything here counts. Everything here that you see is part of the facilitation and counts. So I'm going to give you some tip-offs there as to things to look out for. What I'm also going to say about this video is at the beginning of the video, I'm actually teaching a bit in the video. So I start off doing this as a sort of explanation piece, but then I very quickly just flow into eliciting the experience, and you'll see it's very quick to take this person I'm working with into that hypnotic experience. And I actually could have done it quicker. I could have done it quicker. The reason I didn't go quite as quickly as I could is because it's a teaching demo and I wanted to show a few features. I wanted to put some pieces in that could be options for people who wanted to be able to do this. So the last thing I'm going to say about this is I want this series, it may be just 2 videos, it may be 3 videos, it may even be more. I want this to be an emergent series. So as you watch this, if you've got questions, make use of the comments section. I'm going to put a link up as well, so you can go up and check the old tutorial. If you compare and contrast, which is going to be a highly valuable thing to do, that's going to inform observations and questions you might want to ask as well. So in part, how much this series unpacks, how much it runs on, is down to you and the questions you ask. I want you to show up and go, yes, give me the knowledge, give me the information, give me the understanding, and I will. Okay, so let's watch this through, and this first time is going to be without commentary. Next time on the second video, we're going to start breaking it down in more detail. Check it out, notice what you notice, and ask the questions that you want to ask. Now I'm going to say, okay, so, yeah, that's your right hand. Right hand is good. Okay, Ken, just place your right hand down. What did I just do? What did Ken just do? Right. I placed it down in a particular way. I showed him how to place it down. And he did exactly what I did, which is good. This is a green flag, right? So it's gone straight down on the table. And we're both leant over it, aren't we? Mm-hmm. So where's all our energy going? Where's all our direction going? Our direction of focus is all going down. So, and then I'm going to say, okay, so pick a point right on that hand. Pick a point that you can focus on fully and intently. Because as you focus on that point, you can feel the table under your hand on the table. And as you focus and as you feel, just allow that hand to begin to sink in your mind into the table. So it just sinks into the table, all the way into the point where it just sinks and sticks in. What's more stuck as it sticks in? Your fingers or your palm?
Fingers right there.
So your fingers right there are more stuck and sticking more. Try and unstick those fingers from the table, find your palm sticks even more. You try that, really. So what's more stuck now?
The heel of my palm.
Right, the heel of your palm. Right, really try and unstick that from the table. Really try and unstick. Really try. Really try. Okay, take hold of your wrist with the other hand. Really try and unstick it. Really try and unstick it. That's a curious thing. Okay, so you can relax that. But look, it just unsticks. Like this. Okay, so what did you notice? What is it that you want to know? There's certainly some things in there that I want to share, but if there's some additional things you want to know, make use of that comment section. Also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit subscribe and hit the notifications bell so that you get the follow-ups on this video and future videos as well. One last thing I'll mention, if you're interested in booking on the Hypnosis Deep Dive in Edinburgh on the 24th and 25th, until next Wednesday, there is I think it's 25% off, slightly more than 25% off. And you might be wanting to know that it's the last time I plan to be teaching the elicitation and utilization of hypnotic phenomena ever. So if you want to get on that, a live training, you want to get personal input and coaching from me, you might want to jump on that and book on that. Okay, so ask the questions you want to ask, and I look forward to seeing you in part 2 of this tutorial series.